I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey AfterBuzz TV fans, we are here to discuss Hip Hop Evolution Season 4, Episode 1. This one's called Bounce to This. I am your host, Angele Taylor, and I'm here with my beautiful panel. We have Mr. Entertainment Writer, Mr. Kenneth Ware.
Yes, biggity bounce.
Yes, and I have my stylish entertainment expert, Miss Ebone.
Hello.
And we have so much to cover. This is a New Orleans episode, so it is near and dear to my heart. Even though I'm from Dallas, hip-hop music, like, I started listening when Cash Money Records and No Limit came out. So let's get right into it. What were your overall thoughts about this episode?
It felt good to have that New Orleans, that gumbo, that Creole that they added to hip-hop, and to see just how it started, how it formed down there in the NOLA, baby. So
You just made me hungry.
Right. Need some good hot gumbo right now. That sounds good.
Top that off, Ebone.
That sounds good. No, I really like the history that they gave. In the beginning, they kind of gave a little history lesson as to like how they kept their culture.
Yeah.
So I was really into it. I was like, oh, like it was something I didn't know.
So did you learn anything new from this particular episode that you didn't know? Because me personally, I knew nothing about first line or second line. I didn't realize, like, I saw on TV where they went down the street with a band during the funeral and they would play somber music, but I didn't realize it was a thing. Like, it's an actual thing. It's first line, and then they celebrate with the second line. Like, really celebrate. Like, get crunk, get lit. After the somber music. So that was really interesting. What did you take away from that?
Yeah, it was definitely a hip-hop lesson, learning about the second line. One thing that I took away definitely was with Mia X. I didn't know she was the first woman to produce a bounce record. So that was something that I definitely learned from the episode.
I love Mia X.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I like how, with hip hop, it's such like a huge thing. We have, LA, you have New York, you have down south. So it's like there's so like hip hop's everywhere. So, and to learn all the different facets of like how they grew it from, how the artists that we listen to every day on the radio, like where they came from and their background, I think it's so great.
It is. One interesting topic that they covered that stood out to me was the ward calls. We all have one of those songs where when a song comes on in the club, everybody bursts out into a fight. It's like the song is packaged with a spirit. It's like as soon as you hear the song, you get with your clique and everybody does this bounce in unison, and then you just start taking off. Hitting people, you get like liquid courage. You start bowing people.
What song did you listen to?
Okay,
You over here trying to fight people.
That was who you with.
Not me, myself, but the guys in the club, they go nuts when these certain songs come on. So for this particular episode, one of the songs that I'm referring to is called the Buck Jump Time. And that was like the original war call song. And when I was coming up, my Buck Jump Time song was Nuck If You Buck, and also Down for My Nigga. So
yeah, those both still go up.
Yeah. So
those are still
those are the songs I'm talking about where it comes with the spirit.
Yeah, it does. Everybody
Like,
go crazy.
Everybody starts fighting in the club. What was that song for you when you was coming up?
It would have to be Get It Ready, Get It Ready, Get It Ready, Ready. It didn't call out like the different hoods and the different wars, but you could see the different like the dances that people would do. So whatever was kind of, if you had to do the Jubilee, the Jubilee, so you see the people do that. So that kind of grouped everyone.
So it brought people together.
Yes.
Versus,
and it could separate them sometimes
apart.
depending on what the call was. But yes.
What about you, Ebone?
So I know for sure it was like 50 Cent, like in the club, and then Juvenile back that ass up. That's the one. Every time it come on, I'll be like,
brought people together,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know nothing about fighting. I didn't witness that. Okay.
No fighting in the club.
No fighting in the club.
Oh, okay. Yes, she's not from the South.
All right. I'm not from the South. I'm from California. Lord,
she wasn't fighting in the
She
club.
wasn't. She didn't witness what we went through in the club when those war calls. Yeah. So this bounce music, biggity bounce, biggity bounce. When Big Frida came on, I totally was right there with her, pussy popping on the handstand. When she heard certain songs, she said she came up, she saw the girls, they were twerking, they were popping, and they actually coined the phrase twerk because they were like working. You know, you work the backside, they just add a little T to it, it turned into a twerk. So Big Frida is big on twerking.
Yes.
You love twerking yourself, huh, Mr. Kenneth?
Is that was said?
What was said? you just like watching them twerk.
I mean, I could dance a little bit, you know.
Okay, well, did you give us a little clip of whatever you like to see, Mr. Kenneth? Did you provide that for us?
There should be a clip of some twerking, somebody getting down on the floor.
Okay, what about you, Ebone? Do you like to get down on the floor,
You know
twerk
what's so
style?
funny? See, this is the thing. When I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, see, there you go." There you go.
There she goes.
There she goes. See, look, I can't
ready.
do all of that.
Oh
I
my
cannot.
gosh.
I be trying. I be practicing. I cannot do all of that.
It is like a whole appendage of her backside.
Right.
It's like
How you do that?
It moves by itself. Her body's just going side to side, but that thing has a mind of its own.
Mind of its own. See, mine is too tight or something.
Yours
Like
is too tight.
I be working out too
Buns
much.
of steel.
Oh no, it don't move like that.
If you are in New Orleans or if you're in a club, if you're on Bourbon Street, when you hear that bounce music, I mean, everybody is grabbing the wall and they're
Yes.
just moving. It's just, you just gotta, you just
Ooh,
move. You're just feeling it.
I need to take a
It
trip
is
to New
a
Orleans,
spirit.
then that's what I'm hearing.
Definitely.
You've never been to
I've
New
never
Orleans?
been.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta go.
After
This
watching
is
this
field trip
episode,
time.
It's
you're
field
going
trip
to
time.
New Orleans.
Oh.
Take Ebone on a field trip to
Please
New
take
Orleans.
me, please.
Because she's missing a whole piece of her blackness.
You're missing
Like,
the
I
food,
really
the
am. Somebody
music.
come help me find
Oh
it.
my gosh, like the best music, like the best time. Like when you go down there, especially around Mardi Gras time, no judgment at all for doing whatever you feel like doing. Like literally, from the head to the toe, they don't give a damn. They are literally screwing in the club. Like,
I mean, hey, when you bouncing like that, it's just, hey,
Right, it just
everybody
be happening.
bouncing. It's like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
you walk into, okay, what we would call a speakeasy. That's just their strip club, and
Yes.
you witness some things, and you're like, did I walk into the wrong place? Like, it's really dark, and they're doing Lord knows what. And it's like, it's normal.
Or it can be really bright. I've been to a chicken shack waiting on my chicken tenders, and they're
No.
playing the bounce music. And I mean,
Ooh.
while you're waiting for your food, everybody is in there bouncing till you get
Yes, yes.
your. So,
It has a lot of that island feel because, okay, so my dad's family's from Trinidad. And when I go to Trinidad, I see people, there's a huge speaker coming out of nowhere. There's music in the street and everyone's dancing, and they could have just came out of the store with a bag of bananas in their hand, and they hear the song and they just move into the bananas, and it's just like a whole cultural experience. And like coming from America where everyone is like trying tight-lipped not to look at you, they're like embracing one another and they're dancing, and it's a whole like vibe.
It's
And
that
so
feel-good
that's how New
vibe.
Orleans is for me.
Definitely. And what they talked about, like in the documentary with Hip Hop Evolution, was that New Orleans has like the highest homicide rates in America. But that with the music, you don't hear that in the music. It's fun. They're having a good time.
Oh, depends
so-
on the song you're listening to.
Oh, wait, that's right. That's right. Well, for the most part.
No Limit and Cash Money told you about the homicide in New Orleans.
Hey,
it
Master P
was
set
a
it
real
off.
one. It was real in the field. So tell me, are you guys bigger No Limit fans or are you bigger Cash Money fans?
I would have to say Cash Money.
I would say I'm riding with both of them just because they are just both so epic. Like, I grew up
You
listening
always
to...
playing it safe.
Right,
Nah,
don't be so democratic. Come on with
not
the
playing it safe.
answers.
Not playing it safe just because I respect Master P's, his hustle, how he's formed No Limit, and then also what Birdman did with Cash Money is epic. I mean, I think it's two different cars, but they were driving, at a good pace. So I'm with both of them.
Well, my vote is I'm gonna make them say,
Nah.
I love like No Limit is what I grew up on, my sister, she used to play it on repeat. So the songs that you probably never even heard or knew they made, I just have playing like the background of my life at certain points. Like I was maybe 12, 13 years old. I remember Sons of Funk. I remember the movies that came out. Mia X, like, wanted to be just like her. Started talking like her for a second. You know, I started being all rah-rah. You know, I was very impressionable at such a young age. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and be a lady. But, yeah, like, those were some hot times for me. So I definitely have to vote for No Limit. What did you guys think about Master P's grind, his hustle, bringing his family into the fold, his friends, anybody that he thought had talent, he was pulling them towards his label, and he was independent, so he got to keep all his money. I
respect the grind. I mean, he started with $10,000. He was selling out of the trunk. I thought he was just selling out of the trunk in New Orleans. I didn't know they were driving. They were around the country selling CDs, and a lot of people were just like, you know what? You done drove way up here.
He infiltrated the game. He's like, I don't care what you repping. Listen to this good music, though.
Exactly. So you have to. I respect the hustle with Master P.
Well, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I didn't even know. Like, from what I know from Master P, it's like he has a son, Romeo, and then they did that little reality show. That little show on Nickelodeon. They had the show on Nickelodeon for like a hot minute, and now they have the reality show. And I was like that's really like all the background that I knew on Master P. So like to watch this and be like, dang, like no, he was a real boss. Like he was not playing any games. He completely changed the way, you know, records are sold and how people could, instead of like going through the record company like, hey, no, I'm going to start my own thing. I'm going to sign my own people and really kind of blow it up that way. And I think that he was like a pioneer.
Yeah, he definitely came with the energy. If you saw his music video, the one Make 'Em Say I don't remember any other music video bringing that type of liveliness to it. Like it literally is a call to wake up and move. Like it was one of those things everybody has to get up and dance because it was the song and it was the video. And it was how hype everybody was. It wasn't just a Master P feature. He had everybody going bonkers.
Everybody was on there. Everybody that he was rocking with. And one thing that Mia X said was that when Master P sat down and told her about his vision for No Limit and what he wanted to do, and she was just like, I believed him.
Yes.
And she wanted to work with him. And I think that's also one of the biggest things with Master P is like he was able to put all these people together, all these talented artists. They were in the studio for countless hours just recording and recording.
Gosh.
And I mean, in 1998, they put out like over 25 albums in 1 year. Like he redefined what a music label, independent label is.
The first time I ever heard rap go really, really fast is Mystical. Do you know who Mystical is? Yeah. Mystical was like, and I was like, Tasmanian Devil is a rapper. Oh my gosh, it was such an experience. Like just listening to how different everyone's sound was. Even Silk the Shocker, he brought this slow smoothness to it, and he was actually pronouncing his words, so he didn't really sound like his brothers.
Silk was, I would say this, he would catch up with the beat sometimes because I'd be like, okay, I'm rocking with you.
And I'm going to the movies in
Okay. Then he'll catch it at the end. I'm like, okay.
He just catch that. Yes. Especially when he did Moving On with Maya. I was like, that was perfect for him.
Yes, they had some great collaborations. I mean, even the song with Montel Jordan, Let's Ride, that's a classic.
Let's Ride. Do it.
She said, sing it.
I can't think of the song right now. Like, I know what you're talking about, but I wish I could catch that beat. Okay, so on to Cash Money. Yes. Did you know Slim and Baby had the type of effect that they did, being the masterminds of Cash Money, and how they just strategically brought in these different talents and forced them to be like a hood boy band? What do you think about that concept?
I think like with most street guys that come from, you know, the streets or maybe dealing or whatever, you have that CEO mentality already. So it's kind of easy. It's kind of like
because you're a salesman, right?
Basically.
So it's kind of like they had they were the HR department putting people together in different departments.
Not the
Lil
HR
Wayne over
department.
here, you know.
These are your strengths. These are your weaknesses.
Yes.
You guys come together
And I think it was
and
brilliant.
make music.
It was brilliant how Manny was like, hey, let's put this, group together because we're going to build you up together and then let you go on your solo way. So that always works. So
Absolutely. What do you think, Ebone?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think the way that they brought it together, like he was saying, was again another pioneer moment. Like it was something that no one else has done, something that was new, was fresh, given a different idea. And I think the idea to just have you together for the moment to make that money and then go ahead and do your own thing
And
always
do your
works.
own thing. That was so smart, right?
Don't try to have me here forever, have me in a 10-year contract with this group that I don't like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It builds more of respect, more loyalty, and then Wayne kind of like shot up there.
I know. He just he spun out of control.
Yeah.
When he got his own name, he went for it, like all the way, even now.
But the thing was, it's like, because I know that they had like a little spat going on with like Cash Money and Lil Wayne. There was like a whole, it wasn't covered in the documentary, but it was like,
I wish they would have touched on it.
I know.
That would have been good
because
to get
the thing
some
is, like, they were
insight.
Sips tea.
right, because they were such good like business partners for so long.
Right.
So then to see that they kind of went sour after, they literally raised this little boy. You know what I mean? Like they raised
did.
Lil Wayne, and to
Yeah.
see it go sour, I'm kind of sad about it.
Yes.
Money changes things.
Wayne is the
Especially
hottest.
when you get money like Lil Wayne.
He don't need
was
nothing.
in everybody's song for like 3 years in a row. It felt like I just kept hearing his voice.
Yes.
It was like Beyonce, like never ending hits, like never ending features, and he was everywhere.
And
literally.
even as we talk today, 2019, 2020, bounce music, like with Mia X, City Girls, they remade her song, Take Your Man. Like that's a Mia X track. That's a
Oh my
that's
God.
a
Yeah, and I
bounce
like that song too.
Big
You know
Freedia
what?
was featured on Beyonce's Formation. So it's like all those elements from bounce music, they're still happening today.
News you can use. I was actually the nemesis on I'll Take Your Man video with City Girls. I was the one in
What?
the blue
Are we gonna have to
dress.
pull this up?
I didn't know you guys were gonna be talking about it, but yeah, I played the nemesis in the courtroom.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check out that video again. I'm gonna have to go look.
Don't judge me.
That was a fun video. Video.
It was fun making it too. I never thought, just hearing the lyrics, I was like, oh, clutch my pearls. But it was one of those things, you don't know what you're signing up for. You just, because I had never heard of City Girls when I signed the contract. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was describing the group. I thought like City Girls was describing, because you know how they
type
don't
of
want to
girls.
disclose who the artist is going to be. So I
Right.
thought that was like a non-disclosure label. I didn't know that was their name. And then I realized, oh, okay, so that's what you said? Okay, and
Right.
that's what you guys are doing? Okay. So yeah, it took a little time for me to process what I was being a part of. But I didn't know it would get to where it's at now. It's huge. So I've had people in my inbox like, oh my God, you were in the video. I think I saw you.
When you
And I'm
bouncing,
just like,
when you bouncing to it.
yeah, but that was a couple of years ago. But anyways, back to hip hop evolution and my how it has evolved. We went from bounce music to twerk music. They combined street lyrics with bounce music and the birth of Juvenile. And you know, we all love Juvie.
I love him.
You love Juvie,
I
don't
love
you?
me.
Juvie
Yeah.
is like your cool uncle.
Juvie,
Like your cool
baby.
uncle.
I love the way he talks. I'm like,
Right.
"Ooh, just keep talking." Oh my God. So also we had the signature clothes. What did you guys think about their outfits?
They brought it
The
back.
long white tees,
The white tees.
Gerbos, Reeboks, loose fitted blue jeans, and chains.
I think they definitely brought it
bandanas.
back with those white tees. It just took me back to going to Foot Locker or any sports store and getting those 4 for 20, 5 for 25,
Oh my
and those
God.
big white tees. And you'd have like 5, 6 of them. You wear them every day.
Right.
And it's just like, look like you wearing the same outfit. It's like, nah, this is a different white tee. It's
Right.
fresh.
There's a
Right.
fresh
White
one.
tee.
We got a fresh one today.
You
You
had
gotta
to have a
change
fresh
it up.
white tee. It
You
had,
gotta change it
had to
up.
be fresh, not a stain on me.
Yeah, so guys, we need to get into our news and gossip really quick. We got some news and gossip.
Yes, we do. Okay, so the news. So the Hip Hop Evolution, you guys. I did not know that this was a Canadian music documentary. I have no idea. It premiered in 2016 on HBO Canada, and then recently in 2016 Netflix picked it up. So it also won a Peabody Award in 2016 and an Emmy in 2017.
Oh, wow.
I know, isn't that crazy? I had no idea.
I mean, it is literally on the map. That's
right.
dope.
Right, so it's international. We're watching an international show right now.
The Canadians then came down here and snatched up
Don't they be snatching it all up, okay? They be snatching up our money, snatching it all up, honey. Yes.
So the question is, what is Master P up to now? We're starting our special segment with Kenneth Ware.
Where are they now? Well, I received a message that Master P has relocated to the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
I
in-
like that DJ voice you got going on. That
All right.
Oasis.
So we're gonna stick with the DJ voice.
Quiet
We're
Storm
gonna stick with the
type
Quiet
voice.
Storm DJ voice, but Master P, he's all about his family. We learned that in Hip Hop Evolution. You know, he's a family man, and he had a family member that's ill and receiving treatment in Minneapolis. So him, 2 of his other sons, they have relocated to be there with their family member and take care of him.
In the cold.
In the cold, but they're enjoying the snow. It's a change from Hollywood, because he was
What a
living in
change.
LA and Hollywood, and
Yeah.
definitely a change from New Orleans.
Like New Orleans.
But
That's like
making it
a
happen.
whole different type of heat in New Orleans.
yes, the humidity will
The
take
humidity
you out.
is real.
Whew, I
take
can't
you
handle
out.
that.
Like you can't even breathe and you need 3 showers a day humidity.
Yes, it's sticky and you're bouncing and you're eating that good food.
Right.
And,
You're bouncing and you're eating
but
the
you
chicken.
love it, though. You love it.
Well, one question I want to ask you guys, have you ever been in a twerk or bounce contest before?
No, I have not.
Oh, you answered that
She was
quick. I
quick.
don't know if
Nah.
I remember.
I had to
don't know if I
consider. She
believe
was
you.
like, no.
No, I have not. I mean, I feel like you witnessed them, but I haven't been in one.
I've been in a dance contest and may have twerked in the contest, but it wasn't a twerk contest.
Do you dance?
I can dance.
You can twerk? You need to teach me. I done told you I can't do
We're
it.
going to have some lessons.
Yeah,
We'll
we
do
need
some
a
twerking.
lesson.
We need to show her how to isolate.
Okay.
Yes.
So
You have to
I
show
see
her
it.
that
Gotta help
isolate. And
bring in
then
those muscles.
You
in them
gotta
stomach.
like just work that
We're
hip,
gonna-
the hip
We're
area.
going to give you that Texas flavor.
Yeah, help me out now. Help me out.
But your booty has to have a little meat on it, and then the meat is the thing that jiggles.
Right. I gotta eat a little something else.
You gotta
Gotta
get
have
that
a
I need
little
booty
some more
meat.
meat.
gumbo or something.
You gotta get that booty meat,
Right.
And then that's when the jiggle happens. I'm sorry, I digress. We have been discussing Hip Hop Evolution Season 4, Episode 1. I have been your host, Angele Taylor, and you can find me on Instagram at AngeleTaylor_. Where can we find you, Kenneth?
Kenneth Ware on all social media platforms.
And you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Ebone Chatman 12.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you for Episode 2 of Hip Hop Evolution. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.